Good evening, lovely tubers. White Mexican back again for another deck update slash deck profile. Of course, this is my Cash Tira build. Went to a local tournament today, Thursday tournament, pretty nice. Pretty big turnout. There's probably close to high 20s, maybe early 30s. So there was quite a big turnout for our Thursday tournament. We usually don't get almost up to 30 for that local tournament, but today it was pretty good representation, so it was really fun. It was 4 rounds. The way it works is if you win 3 out of your 4 matches, you make top cut and you get store credit. I got some really exciting news. This is kind of like there's so many different ways I want to go with this video. There's a lot of things I want to talk about, a lot of exciting things, a lot more some pretty cool updates with the deck. Unfortunately, today I did get totally trashed. I lost 3 out of 4 of my rounds, so it was really bad, not even close to topping. But I have a lot of exciting things that I want to go over with you guys with the deck, some changes, and I got some mail here that I'm gonna be opening up for you to kind of explore some ideas. I haven't opened my packs today, so something about the OTS was short, or I don't really remember what happened with the host store, but basically instead of the OTS, we got 2 Phantom Nightmare, which is pretty cool, so I'll crack those on camera for you guys as well. So really quick, for those of you who are unfamiliar with these type of videos, I like to start off with the matchups and kind of break down the matchups for the tournament of the day, and then I'll quickly do a turbo speed run of the deck profile itself, and then we'll get into kind of like the mix-ups and the little extra stuff here and there towards the end. So quick summary of today's 4-round tournament. Again, this was about a late 20s to 30 player turnout in the tournament. Really fun stuff. Round 1 was a loss. We went to 3 games. And that was against Pendulum Magician randomly. Pretty good stuff. The primary reason why I did lose, I did end up losing the dice roll and wasn't able to manipulate the graveyard with Shifter or Fisher. But the biggest reason why I lost game 1 was the majority of that deck is spellcasters, and he was maining Secret Village, and they have this card where they can generically search any field spell, so he procced for Village, and I was pretty much just cooked at that point, because he had full combo, and I couldn't activate more than 50% of my deck, being that 50% plus of my deck, more than 50% of my deck is Magic cards. So that didn't work out very well. I ended up taking game 2, but then I ended up losing game 3 pretty flat outright. So kind of just a random gesture, but lost some Pendulum Magician round 1 out of 3 games. Round 2 was against a Flame Swordsman slash Infernoble something. I won that round, and that was just 2 games, so I 2-0'd the Flame Swordsman player, which was really random. And then round 3 was a loss as well. That went to game 3, and that was honestly the most interesting one. Was round 3. I played a Horus Blue Eyes build, really cool. That was piloted by Mr. Blue Eyes himself, my really good friend here in Syracuse. Really fun. Definitely by far a gentleman's match. Went right down to the minute of the game 3, and it was really fun, really great stuff, and I learned a lot. So I ended up losing the dice roll, and he pretty much set up very well in game 1. And I misplayed because he had the whole board. He had the Horus board, and he had his Blue Eyes board, and he had some pretty, controlling monsters out. And I opened up like Fisher and Dark Hole, and I went to go crack his board, but it was my fault. I wasn't like I don't have the Horus engine fully memorized, like the sub effects of the monsters. They get like, they proc effects when you start manipulating the board and moving pieces off the board and all that. And another thing was Sarcophagus. It protects their cards from destruction. So I was trying to do a cheeky play where I played Fisher, and then I had Fisher face up, and then I opened Dark Hole, so I was trying to like clear his whole board and just, remove everything from play. Obviously, that didn't work out with Sarcophagus. He had a proc protection, and that didn't work out, unfortunately. But that was kind of the first misplay. Game 2, Obviously, I was going first. I opened up Fisher, and I pretty much just it was game over after that. He couldn't get through the Fisher, so I won game 2 pretty outright, and then game 3 he was obviously going first. I didn't open Shifter, so that definitely it didn't. Well, I didn't really have to. He opened up pretty bad. I didn't Shifter. He was going first game 3. I didn't have Shifter, but he opened up pretty bad. All I could do was drop 2 level 8s and then go into the zombie vampire. But I ashed the effect, so he didn't get to do the mill and special, and he pretty much just passed because that was his only play. And then I had full combo and full graveyard manipulation, but the most colossal misplay ever was, and it was so silly because I literally read the thing like 3 times. Like I picked up the zombie vampire, read it like 1, 2, 3 times. Zombie vampire has a little lesser known effect that it can't be either like destroyed or targeted by special summon monsters besides monsters that are special summoned specifically from the graveyard. So obviously all my bodies came from the hand, special summons from the hand. And I had Fisher out already, so I was really just trying to clear field and go for brownie points by removing everything from play with Fisher face up on the field, and I made the most colossal misplay that literally cost me the whole match in game 3. I procced 2 level 7s, and I went into Dark Arm to clear field under Fisher for banishment, and I couldn't target it. I could not target this. Very much targets a huge limitation to Dark Arm Dragon. Of Annihilation, and it was really, really silly, and I had picked it up and I read it, and anyway, it was just the most colossal misplay of the night. So definitely learned a lot. Again, that player is really, really cool. I had such a good match with him, and it was really, really fun. And I learned 2 hard lessons. One, that Sarcophagus protects against destruction effects for the horse bodies, and then also you can't target or destroy or one or the other. I think it's destroy. I can't remember. But anyway, you can't proc against a 3K zombie vampire with special summon monsters that are special summoned exclusively not from the graveyard. So 2 really, really painful painful lessons there, but you live and learn, and I'm definitely a better player at 4 now, and it was all around really cool. I'd never seen Blue Eyes mixed with Horus before. It actually worked really, really well, and it was a really, really cool build, and it was just an all-around awesome match. So I really enjoyed myself on that one. That was round 3. Going into round 4, I played another one of my buddies who actually goes to school here with me, which was really cool. It was Fire King Tri-Brigade blend. And we went to 2 games. I took the first game. He would have taken the second game, but we went to time, but he had more life, so technically he took the second game in time because he had higher life. And since we ran out of time, only made it to 2 games. I got 1, he got 1, then we hit time. We ended up rolling. He declared high roll, so he wanted to do high roll. We each threw 2 dice, because he, I prefer 1 dice. I don't really care. I just think it's easier math. But he preferred 2 dice. I got plenty of dice here, so as you can see, we had plenty of dice to roll here. So I procced 2 dice, he procced 2 dice. I rolled first. I think I ended up getting like a 7 or a 5 or something like that, and then he ended up getting double 6s, so he procced 12. So I lost to the dice roll on that. By that time, I was already out. If you go X2 in this particular tournament, you have to go X1 or better to top, so it didn't really matter. We really just wanted to play test and get the experience, so it didn't really matter at the end of the day, but it was really fun to get that experience. So that was the lineup for today in detail, and really quick, we're just going to go over some minor changes. I can't remember the last time I did this deck profile. I think it was a couple days ago, so I don't think I quite had these changes. There was 1 extra deck change, and then there was a quick 3-for-3 swap in the Magic lineup. So really quick, going into the deck profile for the main deck monsters, 1 Scareclaw, 1 Ogre, 3 Shifter, 3 Ash Blossom, 3 Rise Heart, 3 Unicorn, and 3 Fenrir. That's 17 monsters in the main, and then the rest of the deck is Magics, 1 Called By, 1 Terraforming, 3 Dark Holes. So this was the change. I was running Regeki, but the last Thursday tournament that I played, I ended up losing very badly to a random Plunder Patrol player. And Plunder Patrol, they put a token, and I know it's Plunder Patrol. You're not really going to run into Plunder Patrol very often in 2024, but I lost to Plunder Patrol because it's a really bad matchup. They put tokens on your board, and obviously, like Fenrir, Unicorn, all those cards need to, you know, be clear for just to get that free special summon. So I ended up proccing, replacing the Regekis for Dark Hole, and it's not like just specifically for Plunder Patrol, but that was just kind of what off-sparked the idea. That overall, I think Dark Hole is just a stronger card specifically for the Kashtira lineup because it helps you clear your board if need be. So I swapped to the 3 Regeki for 3 Dark Hole. 3 Prosperity, 3 Fisher. Do not sleep on this card. This card is ridiculous. This is a white Mexican special. This stops Crow. This stops Valor. This stops overall all things Droll and Lockbird. Droll and Lockbird is pretty detrimental in this deck, and you open this and play this in main phase 1 before you start doing your searching, and it's just really, really good. Ogre 2. Ogre's not really popular, obviously, in this format, but, you know, comes in and out. So, completely amazing, really good stuff. And then, again, with Fire Kings and Horus, maybe even Tier Element. There was a Tier Element player playing beside me. I didn't face him, but he was playing Tier Element, so just really, really, really good to have in the main for 3. I did cut, as I said before, the Harpy's Feather Duster and the Lightning Storm in the side. I am just maining currently a proc playset of Cosmic, super, super good. You can hit the Fire King Island and clear their whole board, especially if you're under Shifter or Fisher. Really, really good. You can also hit those pesky sarcophaguses so you don't misplay with Dark Hole. Really, really good stuff. So 3 of those, 3 Theosis, 3 Pressure Planet, and 3 Kashtira Birth. That is all for the 40-card main deck. Going into the... We'll just do, yeah, we'll do the extra deck. 1 Baron, 1 Blackluster Soldier, Link. I have yet to summon this. I have not summoned this, but it just makes me feel good, emotionally supportive inside just to have this as an option to beat over things. Plus, it has this potential spot removal. Little Knight, Sky Crisis, 2 Big Eye, 3 Annihilation, and 3 Shangira. So the change was I ended up cutting the Zeus. Zeus Super is good, and it's really impactful. You can proc it off, but literally I've been playing this deck for months, and I've yet to play a single Zeus besides maybe in like a Kashmir, just taking their... attacking and then taking over like one of their XYZs and then just procking over Zeus over to just make sure that they don't get it back. Other than that, I was never using it, so I ended up cutting it, and like I missed having the 3rd Shang more. Like I use up 2 Shangiras really, really quickly, so it's really nice to have the 3rd one in reserve if it doesn't become prosperity fodder in a tight pinch. And then of course the Red Eyes Flare Metal Dragon. I did order another 1st edition core Ghost 1st Edition variant to match the playset. It's just still, you know, I'm still awaiting it to arrive in the mail, so I'm excited to update that for rarity upgrade. Also, I haven't said this in a while, but I like to use tokens for your Shangira to lock out the Magic and Trap and normal monster zones. I like to use these. Some people have, like, you know, fancy, full-on, like, X'd out hollow foil cards. I think these are simple enough. If you guys have some common tokens or just whatever tokens running around, you can just, you know, proc 10 of these right in your extra deck, and it's really makes it a lot easier to, you know, keep track of your Shang zone locks. Side deck is going to be next, so like every deck I pretty much play, the Masters of going second, a playset of Lava Golem, and a playset of Evenly Match. It doesn't really matter what I am playing. These are the kings of going second, and you should always have these in your side deck pretty much no matter what format. I mean, I can't say every format, but just especially this format, super, super good. You know, the kings of going second, so it's that royal double playset there. A single Rivalry of the Warlords, because again, Kashtiras are all psychic, even Shangira. The only one that is warrior is Riseheart. 1 Dark Bribe. I switched this out from Solemn Scolding, because Solemn Scolding is, you know, really good. It can stop more things, but I just did not want to lose in time by proccing 3k life points. Double D-Barrier, double Shadow Imprisoning Mirror, and 3 Solemn Judgment. These are actually going to be swapped out for Mind Over Matter, which should be Mind Over Matter, which should be in one of these right here. I had a fat order from this seller, and there's a couple Mind Over Matters over there. So these are quickly going to be replaced when I crack these envelopes open. So that is the deck. We'll go ahead and we'll open these for you guys. So we got a super here. This is actually a pretty cool super. I actually like this super a lot, and I love this card. I hate how they changed the name to Alta Meat. That's so lame. They should have kept the OCG name of Terminal Offering. That would have been a lot more badass, but kind of is what it is. I do like this super, though. Illusions are pretty interesting. I kind of like the sub-effects of illusions. And then we got the Magstector, actually, Moko. I love, like, so these are my 3 favorite commons right here. I'm super happy that I got one of each. This card's really good. If you guys don't know what this does, Sorcerer of Sebek, it's super good. It's a generic link too. You should read it. Moko is another cool illusion card that it just has, you know, draw power and recursion, and it's pretty cool. So, really awesome stuff. Unfortunately, nothing higher than a super in those, but really cool commons, and that super emissary of from the House of Wax is actually pretty cool. Kind of reminds me of Marshmallow. You guys know the DJ Marshmallow or the artist Marshmallow or whatever. Kind of a cool little thing. Anyway, okay, so moving on, we're gonna set these aside, and okay, we're gonna move on to the mail here. Some of you guys may or may not like the little, like, mail things. I just kind of like to do little different things. This is kind of an all-over-the-place video. My videos are kind of random, but, you know, I like to spice things up and change things up every once in a while. So this is my original print, Cybernetic Darkness or Cybernetic Impact, whatever it is here. Vanity's Fiend. I actually ordered a playset of this. I'm want to experiment in Kashtira, so it's really fun. This is one of the 2. The other 2 are coming in the mail, so more to be heard from that at a later date. Really excited about this one, so that's really cool. We'll open these next. And I wanted to, part of the reasons why I showcase my investments, and again, keep in mind that all of my TCGP orders are, I really hate when, you guys hate when they do this, when they put tape in it so you can't, like, pull it out. I don't know, there's just, like, my pet peeve. I really don't like when they tape it in there. I get it's, like, for security so they don't move around, but when you're opening it up, it's like it's a real pain in the ass when you're trying to open it up. So, the reason why I do these showcasings is because I want you guys to get kind of like a brief little summary of what I'm investing in. And before going any further, I was going to say, I don't pay outright for these. I do sell on TCGP, and when I sell, instead of just having like a lump sum payout, I just, like, what is this? This is so weird. I don't know what, like, how is that supposed to help me? This is so weird. I really hate the way that, I don't know how this is so weird. I don't know what the whole thing is behind this, because okay, so that was so much easier. Maybe. Anyway, I personally just use store credit. Every time I sell something in TCGP, I just get store credit, and I just buy all this. All this stuff is off of store credit, so I never have to pay out of pocket. Obviously, it depends on how your frequency is selling on the website, but it's a really good, you know, feeling to know that you don't have to pay out of pocket for the cards that you need. You could just use store credit if you know, depending on your frequency of selling. So this is the card right here, Mind Over Matter. We'll get into that shortly here. I'm just gonna open this one really quick. Hopefully they didn't. This is from the same seller. It was a bigger order. Hopefully they didn't package it. They probably did, but they packaged it really weird. But anyway, I showcase this because I want you guys to get an idea of what I'm investing in, why I'm investing in it, and maybe it'll help inspire some of your own personal investments. I'm not really sure. I know everyone kind of has different mentalities. This is so weird, man. This is like opening a Pepperidge Farm Milano cookie box. Yeah, that's kind of the whole reason. So yeah, it might be kind of a little random or silly, or you guys may not really understand why, but, you know, I try to explain the methods to the madness here. I really don't like to complain on camera, but I'm really not enjoying the way that they did this. But okay, it's all over now. Suffering has ended. Okay, so smaller investments here. Obviously, this was a bigger investment, but, you know, this is, you know, high rarity, and I like to upgrade my rarities and stuff when I have the resources. So anyway, we're gonna go ahead and get into this. So we have some Astral Pack. Ooh, this is like crazy. Got a crazy dent here. Playset of Super Astral Pack Floodgates level limit A. Actually, there's actually 2 playsets. Okay, I guess there's 2 playsets. Nice. Stellar Knights. One of these old school decks I really like. These are the Astral Pack Supers. We got a Medium of the Ice Barrier. This is really cool. I'm super excited about this. So you guys probably, if you see my recent videos, I have a Dark Obsession with high rarity band cards. This is an original print Magic stamped MRL-038 first edition confiscation. Absolutely love the artwork on this. Definitely mod play, just as advertised, but it is first edition. I literally got this for under a bone. It was insane. I can't believe that I got a first edition original print confiscation mod play for under a bone. Original first edition Order of Chaos Hornet. These are, insanely affordable now because of the reprints. 2 band cards, 2 OTS Super Appointer of the Red Lotus. As you guys know, I'm a huge Advent investor into band cards. I absolutely love them. And moving on here, of course, we have the Mind Over Matter. This is the card that I was telling you about that I'm replacing the 3 Judgments. So the Judgments are quickly going to go away, and they are going to be replaced with these Mind Over Matters. These are rares. There's other prints, but these are the original prints, and like the highest rarities being the other ones are just like commons or sprinkle foil or whatever it is. But Mind Over Matter, it's a counter trap card from the Duels Genesis. The card reads, tribute 1 psychic type monster, negate the activation of a spell or trap card, or the normal or special summon of a monster and destroy that card. So really close in comparison with the, the effects of Judgment, except instead of paying half your life points, you just proc off one of your cash monsters that obviously isn't Rise Heart, because Rise Heart is Warrior, but all the other ones are psychic. And I'm trying to see where my sleeves are. Are these grays or are these... Okay, so sorry. I'm a little unprepared here. So I can't really find sleeves right now. So anyway, you guys already know these are going to replace these, so we'll just go ahead and I'll put those by my deck. I think I got like a trip play set of them, first edition rares, so really old school. Seesaw, Crossroads of Chaos, and Duels Genesis are really great 5Ds era, I think, of Yu-Gi-Oh! Really cool, really infamous set, so put those there. We got 2 Soul Absorptions. These are really affordable. First edition supers from the Secret Forces, and I like this card a lot. Mostly the artwork. This is from the Shining Darkness, the first edition Sniffus. Really cool artwork. The coloring on this card is just super cool. And if you don't know what this card does, it has got a really cool effect too. And plant stuff is always kind of, here nor there, randomly in between. Really cool stuff. These are really affordable. So the reason why, you can kind of see the formatting, I was going for the Mind Over Manners. The 9 Mind Over Manners are the reason why I found this seller and why I started to, go and actually check out his store and figure out what other stuff he is. Because these are really affordable. They're, well under a bone. So to get the $5 mark to get free shipping, you have to get extra stuff to make it, free shipping. And that's when, I get stuff like this. These are, less than $1 a piece. This was, I think maybe $2 or $3. These were, $1. This was under $1. This was under $1 for a first edition. I still can't believe that. It's insane. All these were, $1. They're, really affordable. And that's just kind of, a strategy that you guys can use to, you guys know what I'm saying. I don't want to, go overboard with it. Token Collector, so these are the OTS supers. Grave the Super Agent Organism, really great floodgates. There's an ulti, but, this is the second best shot as a hollow foil super, really cool. Neko Mane King. So I absolutely love this card in Dark World. It's not obviously the only deck you can use this in, but we didn't have a hollow foil for the longest time. We finally got a hollow foil a couple OTS packs ago, and this card is just mad cheap, and I just think it's super good, and the artwork is kind of silly, and I kind of like it too. So Got a whole bunch of those. Those are really, really affordable. These actually might be more of them here. Got a couple more here, as you guys can see. Really love the coloring on this card. Really like OTS Supers a lot. These are Super Heralds. These are from the original print core set. Soul Fusion, first edition Super is really cool. So just got these to update the commons that I have in my master side binder. This is unfortunate because all these are unlimited, and that is useless. That's inaccurate. I actually only, for like older stuff for this, like really like affordable older stuff, I get first editions exclusively. So these are completely useless. I don't know why he sent me unlimited, so I'm actually going to have to reach out to him because these are basically dumpster fire at this point. This card's so affordable, like you know, you can pick up first editions for well under a bone. So unlimited stuff from era Gen 1 is like been reprinted to hell, so it really is useless. So I'm unfortunately going to have to message the seller about this because it's not like that they were, you know, it's probably like maybe like a bone for like all these, but they're not first edition and they're advertised as first edition, so unfortunately I'm gonna have to reach out to them on that. That is gonna be all for the mail stuff, and then the last thing I have for you, which I'm super excited about, today after the tournament I hit up one of my buddies and I traded for an original magic stamped MRL-039, yet another infamous band card, Delinquent Duo in all its original goodness, first edition. Really good stuff. It's in pretty good shape, I would say, about lightly played. There's a couple knickknacks here on the back corners, but other than that, front looks super clean, and one of my all-time favorite band cards ever. So I was really, really happy to get an original first edition of that for some tradesies with my friend. All right, I think I have talked enough, repeated myself enough, and just, you know, talked about all the shenanigans. That is all I have for you guys tonight. Thank you so much for joining me. This has been a showcasing by Autumn's Allure. My name is the White Mexican, and I'll see you in the next video.